In my last video that I put up, I had a great idea of using the 4-day weekend to build a sword. Was I successful? Yeah? Morning everybody on Twitch and my wonky camera on what will be YouTube. We're making a sword over this long weekend. So we have these 2 lengths of spring steel that need to be cleaned up before they go in the forge because they've got some sort of anti-corrosion. They're probably zinc dipped, and the zinc catches on fire in the forge and makes a huge mess. Let's do this outside. Sorry, I'm doing 2 recording and a live stream at the same time, so get the other one cleaned up. Step of the process is I've got to drill and fill these holes. So that's both of those bits of steel plug welded. I want to put a slot down the middle of the blade. Need to cut out 5mm on each side. Kind of like that. That'll do. Got to set up to weld the 2 pieces together now. It's going to be one funky blade, that's for sure. Welcome to day 2. Now that the cameras are sort of arranged, so we're up to this, so I've got to clean that up. Start off by cleaning up the actual blade first. The sword currently is 830mm. I'm thinking of taking that down to 800 and then using some steam pipe as the handle attached thusly. Obviously there's going to be a guard in here, and that's what I'm just thinking of, what I need to, like, how I want to make it. So I'm going to spend the next 20 minutes, half an hour, thinking of what sort of design I want for the guard. Obviously it's got to be wide enough to accept the width of the handle. Some thinking to be done. I'm going to trim this off so it's square first. Here's the plan of action. I'd like to get some chain links and fit them into 3 holes drilled into the back here to have 3 chain links just hanging off the back. I like the idea of having just a 45-degree cut across for the top of the blade, and I'd like to have a nice big chunk cut out of the top as well, obviously with leaving enough material in critical places for just durability more than anything. The guard piece for the guard has been cut to width. That's got to be slit down the middle now, and then both pieces will be sandwiched on either side, and then in between those will be filled up with some hopefully I've got some 6mm plate floating around. Next process is live streaming at the moment, and the quality seems perfectly fine, so I don't know what happened before. Yeah, a little more thinking to do in regards to this. I'm pretty happy with just the 3 links of chain going in there. Pretty happy with the just having that cut at a 45. Not sure about the size of the hole I'm going to, or the semicircle that I'm going to cut out of here. Whether I'm going to use the bigger one or the smaller one, I'll have to think about that. But it's time to chuck this up in the bandsaw and get it slit in 2 basically. So it looks like we had some success with the cut while I was out having something to eat. Need to check the... Oh, we are very close, like real close. 1mm. That's a little less. Oh man, there's nothing in it. Whee! Yeah, nothing in it. It's real good. Real good. What's the difference? 0.6 of a millimeter. 31.2. 32. The amount that I have to take off, it's like a silver colour. It's absolutely stuff all. That's after some measuring and faffing about and grinding. I think that's close enough. Yet again, I didn't push record. Bugger. Drill bit's dead. That took me literally a minute to cut that hole. This one, I spent nearly an hour trying to cut that. Rather than go out and buy a new hole saw, I just used a bigger one. That took about a minute again. Now, maybe I can just squeeze it back together again. Both sides of the blade taken down to a 180 grit to a certain extent, just in preparation for when it goes into the forge again to be heat treated. There's still a lot of cleanup to be done post heat treating, and there's still a lot of stuff that's got to be done before it goes in to have its heat treating done. I'd like to get the sword assembled as much as possible before I do all that, just to minimize any heat input from welding and stuff like that. So yeah, it's looking alright so far. So I went and got the toe ball that I had spare. It's pretty rusty. Hopefully somehow affixing it somehow. There's the tow bar ball. The problem is I'd like it to fit in the end of the pipe here. Mark and then center punch this. Warm. See if we have success. Seems to be. Why does that one look shorter? Far out. Am I seriously out of welding wire? I am out of welding wire. I have your pommel and handle clamped in a position so I can actually weld it. The guard has been welded and is cooling down. There's the guard roughed out to a certain extent. There's still some undercut and stuff that I've got to get in there and attack with the grinder and stuff like that. Bugger, there's some weld in the way. So now I need to flatten that off so I can clamp it in over here and attach . Ah, hot. Okay, here it is. Semi-completed. Not fully completed. It's Not terribly heavy, is it? Oh, heavy that way though. Oh yeah, needs a lot more finishing. Get something for the thumbnail.